When he was little, when baseball started, we were best friends. I coached him all through high school.
That was his thing. He and his brother both played baseball from February to November. That was our life.
I started playing baseball when I was 5, the T-ball and then Little League through junior high, high school, and into college. As a child, baseball to me was my purpose. Sophomore year, I started to meet some scouts, and I felt like my dream was coming true. I was pitching at Shasta College in Reading, and I felt this painful pop in my elbow. I knew at that point that it was done. I felt like everything that I'd worked my entire life for was over, and I immediately lost my purpose in life. I fell into darkness. After that day, I met up with a friend and I tried meth for the first time. That feeling of being lost or not good enough just disappeared. The drugs were my medicine. Within 6 months or so of that first time doing it, it became an everyday thing. I started to distance myself from everything and everybody that loved me. I abandoned my brother and my sister, my parents, my grandparents. I was not in good places, but I was attracted to those places for some reason. I was attracted to the misery, I think, because it took my mind off of everything else, just like baseball did. That went on from 19 to 35. When it all caught up to me, it was the day after my 35th birthday, and I got pulled over, and the officer was talking to me and asked me if I had anything illegal in the car. And for some reason that day, I didn't hesitate, and I sure do. I told him, please help me. I can't continue my life this way. He basically said, I'm going to give you an opportunity to get some things in order, get yourself in treatment. I'm not going to take you to jail today, but if you don't do the right things, that's where you're going to end up. This won't go away. The Salvation Army in Portland had beds available. When I got here and I got out of the van, like I've said before, I was willing to walk into houses I didn't know if I was going to be able to come out of. I was more scared when I got dropped off here.
Lloyd came into the treatment center, just like most of us, a little resistant, unsure, not quite ready for change, just uncertainty in his life.
The only thing I had when I came in was hope that maybe this will work. Maybe I won't have to go back to my old life.
I think Lloyd figured out the answer was not behind him. He'd already done the things wrong and those weren't successful. He, like most of us, wanted to change but just didn't quite know how. No matter how difficult it is, you gotta get out of that pain and that misery.
Charles was one of the people that God, I feel, placed here specifically for me. He was the biggest part of my recovery. The 6 months that I was in the program, he showed me how I should be living my life in comparison to what I had been doing to live my life.
Lloyd's success means a lot to me because, like I said, I didn't do the work. Lloyd had to do the work. But now that he's got that change and that purpose in life, there's nothing greater than being of service.
Salvation Army completely saved his life. If he hadn't come here, his life could be completely different right now.
My name is Lloyd. I am the site operations coordinator for Bridgeway of Hope, also the intake coordinator, so I help get people in and get them settled and help them along their way.